All right. Here we are, game 2. DC, Immortals. And, get right into this draft. DC, pick up the Nyx, pick up the Jakiro, while Immortals, they go back to that Spirit Breaker, but this time around, they're the ones who get the Pugna. They ban out Lich, they ban out Puck, no Bat Rider either. And DC, they ban out the Venomancer, Night Stalker, and Monkey King. So, right away you've got Nyx Assassin coming out for DC. And that, to me, feels like an opportunity at Global Gaming. Nyx Assassin with Vendetta. Offlane, you have the Nature's Prophet. You look for something like that where you can move around freely and look for your opportunities to get some early kills. Or even really use that into the mid-game. Nature's Prophet, also good at pushing, would be great with Jakiro. It will be quite interesting to see if Immortals do ban out that Nature's Prophet, because it works so well with DC's lineup thus far. For the side of Immortals, they've got Pugna as well as the Spirit Breaker. We saw Pugna in the offlane last game, so we can assume that for Immortals so far, and now they also have the Spirit Breaker, and we'll have to see if the Spirit Breaker Pugna combination works better for Immortals, and if the Spirit Breaker really, if that works better this game than it did the last game. I do think that they should ban out the Nature's Prophet. It works very well with the DC lineup, and you know, you don't want to be up against that heavy push of Jakiro and Nature's Prophet, the opportunity for, again, Global Gaming, so we'll have to see how they play it with this ban. "54 seconds remaining, and maybe I could use this time to give you guys a quick update on Attractor. They ban out the Ember 16-5 in favor of Complexity in Game 2. They have a 1-0 lead, and in this game, a 6,000 net worth lead for all you guys who want an update. So they ban out the Ember, does give the opportunity for Nature's Prophet to get picked up here by DC. We'll see if they go for it. I wouldn't really advise against it. I think it's a very good pick here, as I've explained in the past, and they actually go with the Ancient Apparition. So they pick up AA again, and Immortals, they go with the Silencer the Silencer this time around. So it was Moon Meander Silencer last game for DC. It was Ancient Apparition for Immortals. I think I got those two swapped up in my head. But now they're on different teams. They've been traded before the trade deadline. And we'll see how both teams want to play with said lineup. And Void does work here for the side of DC. Again, it works well with the Nyx Assassin play, and they're actually going to go with the Clinks, someone who can hit into a Chronosphere if they do choose to go with a Void. So
10 seconds. 5 seconds remaining.
This safe lane Clinks could be off lane Nyx, but if it's off lane Nyx, could be roaming Nyx, 5 Ancient Apparition, mid Jakiro. Is that like a thing? Anybody know? Is that a thing? No? No? Okay. So, Phantom Assassin picked up by Immortals. I mean, I kind of like this. It's all right with this lineup, with the slows they have, with the charge, and going in with the Blink Strike. So I'll have to see if how Immortals play this with the Phantom Assassin, if they choose to put the Phantom Assassin safe lane or mid. So Phantom Assassin, Silencer, Pugna, Spirit Breaker so far for Immortals. And we'll have to take a look. DC, Clinks, Ancient Apparition, Jakiro, and Nyx.
Opponent's turn to ban.
So Viper gets banned out from Digital Chaos. Let's take a look. As Immortals, they'll be banned up next. Get that ban out next. I like Void. I like Nature's Prophet with this lineup. Very mobile. Let's see. Could go Underlord. Now they can't. This gets banned out by Immortals. We'll see what they want to do with their last pick. So something that works well with the Phantom Assassin, Silencer, Pugna, Spirit Breaker. It looks as though they need a mid. Again, I'd like to have them go with a stun. We saw that for at least Digital Chaos wasn't necessary, but they go with the Brewmaster. So Brewmaster, Phantom Assassin, Silencer, Pugna, Spirit Breaker. Crits available. I like that. Mischance opportunities.
10 seconds. 5 seconds remaining.
So let's see. DC with this last pick. Coming in with this Clinks, Ancient Apparition, Jakiro, Nyx. They are up against Brew, PA, Silencer, Pugna, Spirit Breaker. Again, I like Void or Nature's Prophet. Is there something I'm not seeing? I mean, the Underlord got banned out. That's what I thought it was going to be. Got Evasion there for Phantom Assassin. Quap, okay.
Choose your hero.
Alright. So mid Quap, safe lane Clinks. Off lane Jakiro 4-5. Position for Roamer in Nyx Assassin and Ancient Apparition in that 5 spot. For the side of Immortals, QO on that Phoenix. Febby back on the Spirit Breaker. Should be MP on the Brewmaster. Forev on the Pugna. And Dubu on the Silencer. So once everybody picks, we'll be ready to go in just a moment. Again, I'll give you the update on to the Complexity VGJ Storm game. 19-8 in favor of Complexity. 5,000 net worth lead there as well. 16 minutes into the game. You've got Tier 1 and 2 down bottom for VGJ. Storm, their Tier 1 mid is down. And it looks as though they're fighting over top. But I can't tell, this is just track Dota. It's a still picture. Still friggin' picture. Alright, we'll get ready with this game. Like I said, MP on that Brew, Forev on the Pugna, Febby back on that Spirit Breaker, Dubu on the Silencer. So with Febby back on this Spirit Breaker, we'll have to see if they could be aggressive towards DC this time around, and already a pause. This is fantastic. So, let's take a look. Like I was saying, Febby back on this Spirit Breaker. We'll see if he's able to really pressure DC. I think if he's charging mid, he's just trying to force out that blink. Quinks is going to be hard to get once he gets that Skeleton Walk. maybe they have an opportunity at getting Jakiro, but even then, Dual Breath might be a little bit too much for them to really chase through. So we'll have to see how effective Spirit Breaker is in the early parts of this game. Hey! Febby! Relax, dude!
I was practicing my back.
There we go! Oh my god. So here we go, underway. Nicely placed ward here for the Spirit Breaker, just trying to grab some vision, get in on these charges. We'll see if anybody dewards this on the side of DC, but it doesn't look like it. They do have the Sentry ward available. They place a deep ward into this lane up top. Other than that, I don't really see much aggression coming out from either side. They've got 3 heroes set up here. They don't have charge. I like to go with the Greater Bash again on Spirit Breaker. We'll be underway with this game in just a moment. And again, I'm not really seeing too much aggression just yet. They do have this ward. It's going to spot them out. They have the Bash. So Forev and Febby are going to come over, and it will force back Moomiander and Mason. They're going to grab this bounty rune. And it will be 3 in favor of Immortal. So right away, a nice start for them. Always nice to get those bounty runes. Is it worth dying? No. So you just back off, and that's about it. So up top, Moomiander, Mason on the Quinks and the Ancient Apparition. That's going to have Febby roaming around, charging as much as he can. Forev here in the offlane by himself. Mid MP on the Brew with Quap, or up against the Quap, and then you take a look over bottom. It is this offlane Jakiro with Bulba nearby up against Phantom Assassin and Silencer. So Dual Breath is taken first. They grab that as well as the Impale on a Dubu, but now you've got the stun and the Arcane Curse. So QO starts to hit away at both these heroes, bringing them down about 1/3 of their health, throwing that dagger there too. So the Stifling Dagger slowing up this Jakiro, where MSS might have a rough time in this lane. Got the constant harassment of these daggers early. And Dual Breath with level 1, its cooldown, and it always is cooldown of 10 seconds. So just trying to harass out at least this Phantom Assassin for now, but the Arcane Curse as well as this Stifling Dagger and the hits from Dubu, they are pushing back these DC heroes. So it is pretty tough for Jakiro right now in this lane, as well as Bulba on this Nyx. But you're going to continue to throw this Dual Breath. You're now level 2. Probably going to take Liquid Fire. Continue to harass and push back Immortals, and there it is. So the loser of this goes on to play Complexity. The winner obviously moves on to the finals, plays the winner of said game. Take a look up top, Febby with the charge, trying to get that first blood on Moomiander. Forev will get credit for it. The charge comes in, as well as the last hit from Forev. They get the kill, and it's first blood in favor of Immortals.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Take a look early, and Immortals have the lead. You take a look bottom as MSS in a lot of trouble. The last word doing quite a bit of damage. The Dual Breath slows them up. You've got Bulba coming in here with the haste. They're trying to find something. They have Liquid Fire in 5. The salve to keep MSS alive, as well as the Dual Breath. One more shot comes in on Dubu to get the kill. And DC, a great move from MSS to move around these trees, avoid that last hit that would have come in from QO, and actually heal up almost close to max. Really looking good there for DC. The haste, luckily enough for Bulba to get that kill at least on Dubu. So, Dual Breath again, just continuing to push away QO. Not a lot when it's only level 2. but it is quite a bit of slow and really makes them susceptible to a couple of ganks if they do come this way. You take a look over mid. And there's a pause from Immortals again. You take a look over mid is Op-Ed level 4, and as well as MP. They're about even in terms of experience, and he puts the magic wand on the ground, just has this Tango. But Courier coming in with Circlet, Mango, and that another set of Tangos. Let's take a look. Quelling Blade, Poor Man's Shield. And you take a look up top as Moomiander. He has boots. Always nice for an Ancient Apparition. My favorite hero, personally. Get yelled at when I go Midas, though. Let's take a look over at Mason with that Ring of Basilius. And then they are up against Ferev, who, with the Spirit Breaker earlier of Febi, did get the kill. And they are charging into this Ancient Apparition. So we'll have to keep an eye up top, see if they do end up getting the kill. And then, again, Bulba coming over bottom, so we'll see how they set up there. So actually showing up front is Moomiander. They get the Cold Feet onto Febi. That's not going to last. And meanwhile, on the back end is Mason. He uses Strafe, but I don't think he really is attacking anybody as Febi walks away. And now with no mana is this Clink, so he doesn't have enough to Skeleton Walk away. Doesn't even have it skilled up just yet. And you take a look at Moomiander. I think he is looking to stack and pull on the next creep wave, or even... yeah, just stack for now. Thought he might pull it on the back one, but not going to be enough. Still 1-1, even thus far. Not even 1,000 net worth lead for Immortals, but you take a look at who's really doing best in their lanes, and over mid it is Op-Ed and MP, just kind of really even thus far. Over bottom, you take a look as MSS is doing a pretty good job on this Jakiro up against the Phantom Lancer and the Silencer. They did get that kill earlier. And just continuing to throw this dual breath is MSS. So QO not really pushed back too far just yet. They have Bulba nearby, but is spotted out by Dubu, so he won't be coming over anytime soon, as he knows that that camp was pulled over. And they know that they have vision on him. Let's take a look. Febi nearby. There's the charge out onto Mason. They've got the dust. They're trying to set it up. He's getting over towards his tier 1 tower. The Cold Feet on Febi. One more shot will do it. Ferev gets the kill. But now with Cold Feet under tower, Ferev tanking the tower. Moomiander forced to go back as he only has 150 health left. Nice kill there from the side of Immortals, grabbing themselves about a 360 net worth advantage through that. Febi being a lot more effective this first couple of minutes of the second game than he was in game 1. They really couldn't find anything with this Spirit Breaker early, and you want to continue to have this pressure onto these heroes, especially shutting down Clinks, where maybe he's not effective in the early goings of this game. Decrepify, Nether Blast just continuing to burst down Mason, and he really can't move up too far in fear of being taken out by both the Spirit Breaker and Ferev. But they get the nice Decrepify again. There's the Nether Blast with the charge coming through from Febi. A big bash, and one more. Skeleton Walk not in time, and there's another one for Immortals. Febi grabs the kill on Mason. So a nice kill again from Immortals, continuing to pressure Mason up top, and making this lane a living hell for him up against this Pugna and Spirit Breaker. So 3-1 in favor of Immortals. They now have a 1,000 net worth lead. QO doing all right now, has that Morbid Mask. Over mid, you take a look. Ape might be in a little bit of trouble. The Primal Split just in time from this Brewmaster. He's about to fall to the Quap. No Sonic Wave just yet. Just about to hit level 8. Let's see if they could find Quap and go in even further. But hiding within the trees is Abed and going to be safe. But you take a look, MP very low, staying nearby the lane. There's the blink, the scream, the kill from this Quap to get one back. And after that Brewmaster split wears out, there's enough time and a wrong spot for Brewmaster to really come back together as Quap gets the kill. So over bottom again, Bulba trying to set up here for a stun, looking to line it up, will hit it. There's the Arcane Curse. QO still alright in this lane, but not level 6 just yet. You get Dual Breath coming through every 10 seconds. And QO in a lot of trouble. Liquid Fire just a moment away, as meanwhile up top, Forev gets the kill. You're trying to find Bulba, get something in these trees, but QO more than safe deep into this tree line.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
QO does go down. Oh my god. They get a second kill here on a Dubu. You get both these heroes over bottom, and I miss both of them. And now you take a look as the charge comes through on a Bulba. They'll clean at least one up. Febi's now got to try and find a way out. And with no Ice Path, they won't be able to stop this TP of the Spirit Breaker.
Radiant fortified their structures. Attack the hero. Is under attack.
So 5-4, and now the charge coming in on Moomiander. See if they're able to get it all the way through, or even if they commit with this. The creeps are starting to push back from the Dire side. So going under this tier 1 tower may not be advised, and that's exactly what's going to happen as he does stop the charge. So two-man smoke comes out from the side of Immortals. Both Dubu and Febi looking to make something happen over top. You take a look as Mason's still set up here and very much in trouble if Forev chooses to go in. He chases past this tower. There's the skeleton walk. You still have enough vision on him. Got to be carrying dust, though, and he is. So the Decrepify comes in. There's the life drain trying to slow him up, but he gets up the stairs and he's all right. Forev going to be chased by both Boba and MSS, and that looks like a lot of trouble here for Forev, and it will be a kill going the way of Mason. So a little bit of an over-aggressive play there from Immortals, and DC make them pay, but it is a rotation of 3 heroes coming top.
Coin for me.
Dubu trying to TP out. Sonic Wave as well as the dagger comes in, gets the kill, and Abed not going to let that one slide. He'll grab another one. We take a look at that fight recap. It's just a little bit of gold going the way of DC. And now Dubu does have that Vendetta. We'll see how he works with this, as they've already got a Sentry Ward over mid. So they do spot Bulba out here, and they know he's nearby. So we'll see how they choose to go in on this with MP and Forev if they're going to bait it in. They've already got the charge coming in on Bulba past this tier 1 tower. MP and Forev still setting up, and here comes the charge from Febi, but he's going to instead stop, and they're looking to take this tier 1 tower. You've got 3 heroes coming in from DC, and this is looking like it might be a fight between these two teams. Actually, they just take the tier 1 tower and back off, so neither team, I guess, looking to fight that moment. QO just continuing to push bottom. He's got a Mask of Madness, looking for phase boots next, and just trying to clean up is going to be MSS, but here comes the charge. You've got a couple heroes here from Immortals, the Life Drain, the Stifling Dagger, the kill. All 5 of these heroes here for Immortals. They'll clean up at least the Jakiro and the tier 1 bottom. We'll see if they continue to push. Got the double damage here from MP, so they'll start chipping away at this tier 2. On the back lines, you've got Bulba, maybe to stop a TP or two. Just has to be very careful. There is no Sentry Ward placed in this lane, but Bulba doesn't know that, and he doesn't know how risky he wants to get in this lane by himself. You've got 2 heroes pushing mid, and now the charge coming all the way over top. There's the Vendetta. The stun actually comes out onto MP. The dual breath spike carapace. Ice Path lands. And now, let's see if Abed can make something happen. He goes in towards this Brewmaster, gets the Primal split off. Or gets the Brew split off. I'm not sure if I got that wrong. But that is going to keep him alive, and Brewmaster is actually going to end up being okay. And as I say okay, Abed looking for something. Sonic Wave will hit. Trying to TP out his MP. A very nicely placed ulti comes in from the Queen of Pain. They get the kill, and Brewmaster again splits low on health, comes back low on health, and Quap knows exactly where you're going to be and gets the kill one more time. Take a look up top. Mason, here comes the charge. Febby, he's got Dust one more time. The charge, the Dust. Are they going to continue to go in? No, is the answer to that one. Well, actually, Bulba with Vendetta spots out these heroes. Dual Breath comes through. Bulba with the Impale. And the kill goes the way of Mason using that mana burn as well. So 8-6. Still a little bit of a lead here for Immortals early on. But DC, they're starting to string together a couple of kills. They're starting to get these pickoffs. And Mason, despite having that pretty mediocre time up top, he's now got himself 2 kills after starting 0-2 and looks decent with this medallion and his net worth. And actually, as I say net worth, I change it to net worth, and we see that Abed is in front by about 1,000 gold. My bad. So level 6 on Ancient Apparition, almost about level 7 on Moomiander, and they're really looking to maybe set up an Ice Blast as well as Bulba lining up anything they can grab with a Vendetta Impale hit. They've got him coming over. They do spot out MP, but that's not going to be the kill they're going for. Might be QO, who's so low right now. Right under tower. If Bulba can make something happen, it would be here, and not going to be able to get under this tower. So Mason with the strafe, actually Ice Blast hits on QO using that Shrine, so not going to heal up as much as he would have liked. I don't know how far he's going to be able to push out to defend, but you've got MP and Dubu looking to get something with this 2-man smoke.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So, setting up nearby, but you've got both Abed and Bulba, as well as actually the Ancient Apparition and the Jakiro. QO is going to show himself with that Stifling Dagger. They have vision on this Phantom Assassin. Question is if they can get in under this tower. Staying under the tier 2, and Bulba not moving in for a kill over bottom just yet. He actually heads towards mid. Courier, possibility here. Actually, they get the charge. He's under a Sentry Ward. Bulba in trouble. The Dust is out as well. They hit away and get the kill. He's going to be cleaned up by MP. So Immortals, they have some good vision here in both their sentries, grabbing the Dust as well. They know how to clean up these Invis heroes of both Mason and Bulba. Charge is going to be on to this Jakiro bottom. See if anybody follows it up. They've got the TP coming in from QO. There's the TP attempt out from Jakiro. Ice Blast not going to land on any of these heroes. And now, Moomiander's going to be in a lot of trouble. Here comes MP. The Stifling Dagger hits, and one more shot. Brewmaster gets the kill, but now they're going to clean up the Silencer. They look for more. They grab the kill on Forev, and 2 die to the Quap, as it's a double kill for Abed. They look to chase even further, but the Yules is going to keep this Quap alive, and now Febby might be the one in trouble. Tries to get that ult. There's the dagger thrown his way, and another kill for DC. This time it's Mason cleaning up. So it ends up being a 3-for-1 in favor of DC. 1,200 net worth going their way. And Op-Ed looking very good, top of the net worth, up about 1,200 gold on this Pugna. So, quick pause comes out. We're ready to go again. Bale finally picked up here for Op-Ed, and now Boots of Travel for the Pugna. So they're trying to push with Forev as best they can. We'll see how effective that strategy is coming out from Immortals. Kill comes out onto QO from the Ice Blast and Moon Meander. They set up with Mason and Bulba down bottom. This is the global presence that DC has, and now you look up top. They go for the charge onto this Ancient Apparition, but Moon Meander starts that TP too early, and the Spirit Breaker, Febby, will not be able to make up the space. So charge doesn't come in, doesn't land right. Let's take a look at this Silencer for a quick second. Only 2 stolen intelligence up to this point. Really on the bottom of that position 5, only a 1,400 net worth. I mean, even the Ancient Apparition is doubling that of the Silencer, despite only having Arcane Boots and Urn. Looking pretty good as Moon Meander, almost level 9. You take a look at the rest of these heroes for Immortals. QO with the Mask of Madness, looking for the Desolator next. And take a look as Op-Ed might have been in the wrong place, wrong time, but gets hit with that Arcane Curse and is okay. He's got himself Veil and Yules, looking for the Orchid next. We'll see how effective this Quap is going later into this game. MP's got himself Blink Dagger. Looking to slam that in with Thunderclap. And Ice Blast again comes out on QO thanks to the vision of Bulba. They're not going to follow this up with anybody from the side of DC, but again, this is the mobility of Bulba with the Vendetta to spot out these heroes, possibly getting them low like before over here with the Phantom Assassin earlier, but see if they could string that together with a couple other heroes of DC, maybe coming with Mason, and that could have been a kill. Jakiro continuing to push with this Macro Pyre. You get a Solar Crest out here onto the Jakiro of MSS. Both teams really just sitting back here and farming up for the time being as you take a look. Forev trying to grab that Ags and then a BKB. Already has one piece into it, about 2,500 gold away from grabbing it. The Phantom Assassin, 300 gold away from getting that Desolator. Then you've got this Blink on MP. He's looking for his next item, has saved up about 1,400 gold. For the side of DC, again, you take a look. Orchid is almost there for Op-Ed. On Bulba with this Nyx, he's looking for the Blink Dagger. Might actually walk into MP. There's the Bounty Rune spotted, and MP knows he's there. Ice Blast comes in, gonna hit an illusion, and that is about it on the side of DC. They have smoke on any of these heroes. They actually have a charge going out up top. Trying to push out these creeps and really just make some space. You take a look, is Mason gonna be in a lot of trouble? Starts to hit away his QO, but Mason with that skeleton walk and now gonna TP within the trees. He's able to retreat. So DC, not with a huge lead, just about 1,000 net worth. They're really looking to just continue to farm, look for these next couple of items. The Desolator next for Clinks. Ooh, Ice Blast coming through. Onto the Roche Pit, not going to find anybody. So just a little bit too early as Immortals, they do move into this Roche Pit. DC not too far away. You have Ice Blast up in 19 seconds, but I don't know if that's going to be up in time as Immortals, they start working on this Roche and have it past half health. Nobody comes in yet from DC. 2 sentries there for the side of Immortals, and now you got to try and make something happen. Ice Path comes in, only landing on 1. Oh boy, Forev just hitting hard onto this Jakiro. They've already cleaned up 1. Global Silence is going to come out, the ulti thrown by Febby. MP is going to join the fray. They'll get themselves 2, and now it's a double kill for Febby. On top of all that, QO is going to stay in the Roche Pit, grab that Aegis, heal up with the Shrine. And DC, I think that maybe they could go into this Roche Pit. They try to peek it a little bit, but it cost them 2 heroes. Silver lining there is it's just 2 supports. Op-Ed. Gonna grab that Arcane Rune. Yules is up that Spirit Breaker. So now the charge coming in, just gonna push back this Queen of Pain. Exactly the plan, just to continue to push out these creep waves. Let's take a look over this Pugna, still working on this Ags, continuing to farm. And really, Immortals have no problem with this. They've got the Desolator, they'll wait for the BKB on this Phantom Assassin. And once they have those items, Phantom Assassin might have an easier time really looking to fight into the side of DC. You've got the Decrepify as well as the Stifling Dagger. Spike Carapace comes out to try and stop them from coming in, but with that charge, they'll stop the TP of Bulba. Forev as well as QO will just hit away, and they'll clean up the Nyx. So now 11-12, and finally a 1,000 net worth lead here for Immortals. Ooh. Op-Ed might be in trouble, but it does blink away, and they force him back. Macropyre just laid down to try and deter Immortals from going in on this tier 2. Charge again coming through onto this Quap, and it's going to hit first. There's the ulti coming through, and now Decrepified. Whew! Life Drain, as well as that Death Ward coming through, or that Nether Ward from Forev, and they'll get the kill. Trying to blink away, and that really causes the death of the Op-Ed Quap. And now, even at 12 kills, finally a 2,000 net worth lead here for Immortals, who they don't get knocked out of this tournament if they lose, but and they do want to move on and get into the finals on an easier path. So they're just trying to stay alive here in this game 2, looking to extend it to a game 3 in this best of 3. They're doing a pretty good job at that as they're up 2,000 net worth and looking towards these next couple of items that might put DC in a little bit of trouble. So take a look at this Jakiro, who was in the off lane, now looking for that pipe, has the Solar Crest, but not really doing too great in terms of net worth. You look towards Dubu, Ice Path is there, they'll stop the TP, Dual Breath to follow it up. Let's see if they can get themselves at least a kill. You take a look, you hear that Bulba's got the stun onto Febby, trying to lock him down as well as Dubu. There's the Ice Blast, but ulti used by Febby to get him out of the way, as well as hit onto Bulba. Not going to save his life, however, as they've already lost 2. MP and Forev go in. They clean up Bulba right away, and now they're looking for more. They turn their attention towards MSS. This Life Drain continuing to come out. MP hitting away time and time again. But there's the Ice Blast as well as the Dual Breath. Macropyre laid onto Forev. He's going to be cleaned up by DC. Mason in a little bit of trouble as QO now trying to find the retort. You come in as MP and QO trying to get Op-Ed, but now the Primal Split is used. Moomiander and Op-Ed are forced to retreat. Moomiander might actually just be dead. Ooh, again, MP coming in low with that Primal Split. Ice Blast! It's going to land on both these heroes. MP might be in a little bit of trouble. He tries to TP out. We'll keep an eye on the Brewmaster. I don't think it's going to be enough as it's only level 1. Yeah, not going to be enough. So 15-14. Now 1,000 net worth lead there for Immortals. They grabbed a couple of kills in that last fight. Let's see how DC are going to work with this. Is again, Immortals are heading towards those next couple of big-time items. BKB for QO. Heaven's Halberd here for MP, as he's already got his BKB, and Ags is finished on Forev. For the other side of DC, Orchid finally finished on this Quap, and they're looking for now the BKB next. It was Lincoln Sphere, but switches over to the BKB, and then Mason, he's got that Diffusal, looking for a BKB of his own. Bulba comes over, and he broke that smoke, and they're trying to chase. Bulba just going to retreat, be okay, and Immortals, they still got to be very careful of Bulba just roaming around. He does set up quite a bit for the side of DC. If they're not too careful, DC will take advantage. You're going to TP away on this Quap, and now Immortals, they're going to look to push a little bit. You have the pushing power of Forev. You have the zoning power of the rest of these heroes, especially in Febby. Ice Blast going out over towards top. We'll see if they use that to go in on QO. Not sure it's lined up correctly. It actually hits over towards the area where MP was standing. So Immortals, they look to push this top tier 3. Starting to get a little bit of chip damage in there with Forev. They've got this Nether Ward placed down. We'll see how DC react to this. They've got the Vendetta out onto Bulba. We'll see how they move in, and that's going to be Ice Path as well as the Impel. They clean up QO just like that. Mason's going to grab a quick kill. They use the smoke, try and get this movement speed up there to catch these heroes, but now, oh boy, the Quap, wrong place, wrong time. The life drain is there to get the first kill. Global Silence, Immortals, they're looking to turn this around. Mason forced to pop that BKB and try and run. Ice Blast will hit on Febby. Now the BKB's popped on MP. They continue to chase Moomiander, Mason, and MSS, but Moomiander, he's the unlucky one here, and he will be cleaned up. You take a look, the charge comes in, denied by this Jakiro, but life drain again, almost too much, and now finally with a nice stun from Bulba one more time, Mason gets the kill. So, Brooklyn Kurtz doing some major damage there for DC. Actually ends up defending this top tier 3. It looked for a moment that Immortals were going to have an opportunity to chase back DC as Op-Ed was in the wrong place, wrong time. You just show the power of this Forev Pugna, especially with this Ags life drain to Crepify. It's just so much for DC to handle, and at times it seems a little bit overwhelming. DC for now, they hold 2,000 net worth lead here for the side of Immortals. This is a new BKB here for QO. We'll see if they go into fight again now that he's picked up that item. So Op-Ed looking to catch up here on this BKB. He is top of the net worth still, despite dying early in that exchange. And actually, Mason, double damage, and they have a smoke available. They might move in with all 4 of these heroes. As Immortals, they're kind of setting up near mid. Take a look. There's Bulba coming in, completely whiffs that stun. You take a look as QO, he's going to be dropped again immediately. They'll take out MP. The Global Silence a little bit too late. Fabi trying to do all he can to take out Moomiander, but it's not going to work. They look over towards Forev, who's trying to TP out, but there's Ice Path, and you are locked in, my friend. 3 dead on the side of Immortals. A quick kill from the side of DC on these 3 heroes, and they clean up quite nicely to look towards Roche. So DC, a very nice team fight there. almost too fast for me to really realize what happened, but DC, they take the 3 kills, they move in towards this Roche, will get the Aegis and the cheese, and it might be their time to push. So, 20-16 in favor of DC. I think this is their second lead of the game. It hasn't been more than a 3,000 net worth lead for either side. And we're 32 minutes in, the biggest lead being about 3,000 net worth. So we'll see how DC set up again. And after that fight, they've got to be feeling a little bit more confident going into the next one. And especially with this Aegis, they might look to be very aggressive. Actually, top MP. Febby setting up. You've got Dubu on the back end. A little bit nearby. There's the Ice Blast. Stun's going to miss. And let's see if they try to actually turn on this. They've got the ulti coming through on Op-Ed. He's going to try and blink away. And will do so. He's decrept, so slowed up, but DC should be able to just retreat successfully. They might actually look to go back in the way they're setting up on the side here. No Mason for now as he's starting to come over. But he's still just looking to farm up as well as he can. Going for that MKB. Got 3 heroes smoked here for DC. Again, they are looking to fight. And they are going to come over as now the BKB is picked up by Op-Ed. Got Immortals just sitting up top away from the side of DC. They're just continuing to farm and push as best they can. But DC with that smoke, they were looking to at least get a pick off of their own, but Immortals playing that a little bit smarter than DC. Just a touch, moving their heroes up top together. Noticing that DC were off the map quite a bit except for the quad. So they push down this tier 2, and that life drain does a quick bit of damage to Op-Ed. He's immediately going to blink away. And they just continue to push, and with that, QO is going to back off, grab that Basher. So both teams a little bit content with just farming away right now. You've got the cheese on Clinks, just trying to finish up that MKB. I mean, they clean up this Phantom Assassin quite quickly. Obviously, they want to be sure about it, and now with this gem up Phantom Assassin, they're going to see out both Mason and Bulba. So, like I said, they're trying to take out QO quickly. They don't even need the MKB. They've taken him out so many times before. Not so many, 2 is really the number of times they've taken him out in the blink of an eye. But with that MKB, it's going to get a little bit easier. So they take this tier 1 over top. Mason finishes off that MKB, and now might be the time to fight. They still have this Aegis for, I think, about another minute. So Bulba with this Vendetta just setting up, posturing in a nice spot there with Mason. Again, Phantom Assassin does have this gem, so I don't think they know about that just yet. They got to be a little bit careful for Ev. Oh boy, not the right spot to be, but luckily enough for him, Bulba whiffs on that stun.
Just got sent to the bottom.
So now it's extended into a 5,000 net worth lead here for DC. Looking for that Lincoln's next. Just continuing to push away. Have to see what Immortals want to do in answer to this continual push coming out from DC. There's not really much they can do. I think they want to be playing this fight on the counter at this moment at least, or find a pick off of their own so they can start to push on their own time. But Immortals not really given the opportunity to do that. DC are alright with just farming away. They've got Clinks with this MKB. Op-Ed's going to lose that Aegis, looking for the Lincolns. Not too far off of that. You take a look at Bulba with the Blink. Hasn't been able to really hit a stun off the Blink just yet, but if he does, DC, they have quite a big follow-up to really take out any of these heroes on Immortals. MSS, he's got the Solar Crest. Has Boots of Travel, trying to finish off Guardian Greaves. It's a little bit of sustain in their fight. And then Ancient Apparition with the Glimmer Cape, Arcane Boots, and they might look to smoke again now that they've picked up this Lincolns. So, Mortal's nearby, and now they know. Rev will grab this tier 2 over mid, and I think that's where DC are going to actually look to smoke. They are setting up like they want to smoke. They just need a moment. Ice Blast. Not on to anything. And from the back end, here come Immortals. The charge is going to come through onto this Jakiro. We'll see if they can get the kill. The Ice Path is going to block that. The Nether Ward placed a little bit too far back, but in comes QO. He's starting to hit away with this Phantom Assassin. Pops that BKB. The Global Silence is going to follow that up. Now they look towards getting Mason. They've cleaned him up. So QO, he's looking for more. He'll get a kill on Bulba with the help of MP. And 2 die on the side of DC, and that is not it. BKB is going to be popped by Quap. They're going to look for this charge, but the Yules is going to keep him away. BKB keeping him alive as well, and Quap will be able to blink away for now. Blink's actually into the trees. No TP, so looks as though he's made the space as of this moment. So he stays alive, and DC lose 2. QO starting to clean up pretty heavily, and that could be trouble for DC. So now DC, they set up to defend their high ground. They did defend high ground up top once, but let's see if they could defend this mid lane again. Now that these next couple of items have come out for both sides. You've got over bottom, Febby just cleaning up. Can charge his way into the push if they do continue to push mid, and it's actually looking like they're going to back off. So just the 2,000 net worth lead here for the side of DC still. Roche is back up in another minute and a half, and actually DC's coming over. Trying to move in with Bulba coming over. Sentry Ward is there. He places a ward. They immediately know he's around. They're going to get the charge. The BKB is going to be popped by QO. One big hit from QO. He'll stay alive for a little longer, but now MP with that final shot. The Yules was not enough. Ice Path comes through as well as the Dual Breath. Ice Blast. Febby. He's going to be the one that DC gets. And they are going to actually pop Global Silence. I'm not sure that was really the move. So now you know that Global Silence is down for a minute and a half. Or really, a minute and 50 seconds. A little bit longer than that. And DC, once Bulba comes back up, they might be able to work their way into a couple more pickoffs and possibly go for a high ground push of their own. Well, actually, MP. Spots Op-Ed mid, but nobody going in. Neither of them really want to get caught out just yet. It might mean tier 3s if either of them go down. Smoke setup. Not yet. So Roche is back up. Both teams trying to posture for it. No global silence for quite some time for Immortals, so if DC want to make their move into the Roche pit, now might be the time. They're going to smoke up. They spot QO. Might be in a little bit of trouble. The Ice Blast is going to try and lead QO. The BKB is going to be popped. Meanwhile, the Ice Path lands on the MP. They'll get at least one. The ulti from Febby to try and keep himself alive, as well as this BKB. He's going to try and run away, but one more shot from Mason will get the kill. It's a double kill for him, as Oped cleans up Dubu as well. You take a look. Pugna going to decrepify himself so he can back off. And that's 3 dead on the side of Immortals. That opens up Roche for DC, and they will take it. Nothing really in their way, and without that global silence, that couldn't have been a good fight for the side of Immortals. Unfortunately, QO gets spotted out, forced to use that BKB and retreat. And then it all fell downhill from there as DC cleaned up these mortal heroes. Or really not immortal heroes. Of Silencer, Spirit Breaker, and Brewmaster. So with this Aegis and Cheese, DC, they're going to look to push the high ground. No Spirit Breaker for 20. Silencer back up, and no MP for 20 seconds. So just continuing to use that Liquid Fire to hit away at this tower. And they actually look to change places over towards bottom. So Oped just leading the charge here. Cleans up the creep wave. They take a look over mid for just a second. They don't really seem too sure on what they want to do over in this push of both mid and bottom with the Aegis and Cheese. So the Ice Blast is used to clean up this bottom creep wave, but again, with this Aegis as well as the Cheese, they're sitting back quite a bit, but they might have just been waiting for Clinks to pick up this AC. Let's see, double damage available. Mason going to pick that up. Still waiting for that AC to arrive. The courier coming by soon. Going to start to 808 these creeps, farm up a little bit more, get himself stronger with that ult, and now they look to push bottom. So 5 heroes are setting up here for the side of DC. Meanwhile, top is the 5 heroes of Immortals. And with DC coming in, especially with this double damage on Mason, as well as the Cheese, this bottom tier 3, maybe possibly the Rax as well, could bite the dust. Got the Glyph coming out early. Just trying to deter Mason with that Life Drain. The ulti comes through. It's going to hit on Mason. Still getting Life Drain. Ice Path comes out. BKB's pop from 3 of these heroes on Immortals. They're looking to get something, but the Cheese is eaten by Mason. He stayed alive. The ulti from Oped hits on 3. The Ice Blast to follow it up. They've taken out QO. The Primal splits in time, but it's not going to be enough to keep MP alive. He'll drop, hit the deck for 75 seconds as the buyback is there on QO 2. DC, they lose none of these heroes, and they're still ready to push. Just trying to set up in the right spot. There's the Orchid from Oped. The Lincoln's going to be popped. And Dubu just about out of mana. So Immortals, they're going to look to hold again, but they don't pop the Aegis. They make Mason use that Cheese, but they lose 2 heroes, and the buyback is used by QO. Trying to initiate with that Spirit Breaker, but it's just not enough. Stifling Dagger comes out again and again and again, just hoping for that crit, trying to deter DC from coming in. Meanwhile, Mason, he is pushing top, trying to creep cut here and have the rest of his team push over bottom with Liquid Fire and the rest of the team. Ice Path comes in. Spirit Breaker going to be stunned up by Oboba. Ice Blast to follow it up as well as the Cold Feet. Oped with another, this time on the Spirit Breaker. 70 seconds, no buyback. That'll mean the tier 3 bottom is going to drop on the side of Immortals. And DC They continue to push their wrath onto the side of Immortals. Meanwhile, you take a look up top. Mason doing exactly what he needs to do, taking out this top tier 3 and the racks, or at least the melee racks. And they are still pressuring bottom. I think the BKB was just popped by QO again. And they haven't gotten anything on DC. Mason's going to join the fray again. They'll take out the melee racks, try to get the ice path. There's a BKB. Pop by MP is going to continue to charge in, knowing he needs to make something happen. Now you've got no BKB on MP or QO. The blink away from QO. Ice Blast comes in. Dead again, this time for 110 seconds. BKB is going to be popped by Op-Ed. They're going to call GG, and DC showing that Immortals are mortal and will beat them 2-0 in this best of 3. So DC, we're down to like 3,000 net worth, but that was about it. And from there, they really came back and cleaned up this game 30-19 over Immortals. And they look pretty good doing so. Mason had a rough time in the early going, started this game 0-2, but from that point went 13-1. Very good game there from Mason. Op-Ed doing really well at 11-2-11. You had a couple of great plays from Bulba coming out, 18 assists. Just Digital Chaos tying it together to look very good at beating Immortals 2-0. And they will be up against Complexity. Or no, Immortals will now be up against Complexity as they get dropped down to the lower bracket. Winner of that faces DC. We'll be back with Complexity versus Immortals coming up next. Stay right there. I'm your caster, BCop, at BCop92 on Twitter. Follow me to know when I'm casting, and thank you guys for watching. All criticism welcome. Let me know what you got.